Hello and welcome everybody to Feature Friday. Good afternoon today. My name is Jackie Kwan. I'm co-founder of Uplifter. I always say today, like I'm somebody else every other day. Garrett, who was I yesterday? Was I somebody else yesterday?
You were Jerry Kwan. You used the same last
Right.
name, which was weird, but
I know,
yeah,
but I look the same, so it's
yeah,
great.
okay, true.
And today with me again is Garrett Trott, our product expert. How you
Hello,
doing, Garrett?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
It's the last day of July, and we're kicking into the next half of our summer months. And with that, we've got a few sort of tips and tricks for our users that have been on Uplifter for a while. You're probably aware of the things that we're going to talk about today, but they're tiny little things that maybe some clubs haven't been using. So we just thought we would highlight them. And today we're going to talk about navigation and links and how to customize some of the navigation elements within your Uplifter site to provide your members some better ways to get to the information that they need. So, Garrett, would you like to take us through that,
Not really, no. If you
please?
wanna,
Please?
oh, okay, yeah, okay. Yes.
We're sharing
Hello.
your screen. I can't touch
No,
it.
you do that. You do it. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. You taking the time today. As Jackie noted, we're going to be taking a look at some navigation and links items here, which are all available in one specific area of your site. If we pop over to the admin side here and navigate to Settings, Global Settings, we're going to select the Look and Feel tab and drop down to the Navigation and Links section. Hence the title. I know we're very clever. In this section here, you'll have actually a myriad of options. We're not going to look at all of them today, but we are going to look at a few that have the most impact on your day. So let's talk a little bit about, first and foremost, the external home URL. If we pop back to our public side, along the main menu bar here, you can see this is a link to the main site. And if I happen to click on this button, I am brought to the main site, which is our Uplifter Inc. site. Now, this link can lead to really any site that you guys own. So if you are using Uplifter for your registration purposes, but not necessarily for your full site purposes, this is a great way to link back to your main site and ensure that there is that connectivity both from your main site to Uplifter and vice versa. So in order to introduce this, we'll pop back to the navigation and links section here, and we're going to use the external home URL. Here we can specify not only the link that we're going to send people to, but also the link text. So this is the main site, so I might say main site, or perhaps even back to main site, something concise and easy and to understand. And then of course I have the URL here. Now I do have the www. More than that, I also have the HTTP. If you want to ensure that it is going to a secure option there, you can put HTTPS as well and click save. And that is going to update our navigation and links. So now if we come back to this page and refresh, this no longer says that big long sentence. It said instead, it just says back to main site. And then of course, when we click it, we go back to our main site there. So that is the first option there. That is a great way to connect your sites together. The next option that we are going to look at are some of the pages that Uplifter can generate on your behalf. A lot of the times when you're setting up sites and making it interactive and setting up the different pathways that people can take, there are certain pages that are pretty common among many of the sites and clubs and organizations that use the system. And Uplifter can assist you in creating these options so that you don't have to do all that hard work. First and foremost, we have the news page. So if this news page here, as you can see, I can check this box off to generate and display the news page. If I select to do so, our public side menu is then updated with a news option, which will show just after registration. As we can see here, we now have the news option. And if I click on this, we'll now see our news postings. Now these news postings stem from the back end of your site, available through communications posts. And it's on this page that you can create different variations of posts. As you can see, very much like many of the other manager pages on the site and system, there is an overview of the items that are on here. And then of course you can edit them to get more information about these items. There are a couple of different things that you can do with these posts. So when you're creating a new post, or if you're editing something, you can add in a title, which will of course show up on the public side. And then you can also enter a description. The description is on the administrative side, gives you a little bit of information about what that post is about so that you can differentiate certain posts that may have very similar titles. You can also specify visibility, so public, which means, of course, anyone who's visiting your site can see it. There's admin only, which means only those with the admin permission can see this, or members only, so only those who have created an account and logged in can see this. And last but not least, you can enter in your post content, and this will show up on here to let you know what's going on in the news. Now, on this news page here, you can see there are archiving options. So this is the general page, which will show a few listings there. And then if we happen to go to a specific month, we can see the different variations. So this is an older post, for instance. So it happened in June, and here's our options in July. So this will automatically and naturally archive things as the months go by, which is really great because then you don't have to worry about maintaining this yourselves. Additionally, these will also show on user accounts. And I went to the wrong place. So this will also show on user accounts there. So if you go into the participants and you pop over to a participant there, they will have a message board. And on that message board, they will see all of the appropriate news items. Excellent. So that is the news option, and it's a great way to maintain and update your users without having to worry about too much of the hard work of archiving things and putting away past posts and stuff like that. Next, we are going to move to the Contact Us page. Now, it is very, very common for clubs to have a Contact Us page. So by clicking this Generate Contact Us page, we can very rapidly create that for us. Now, very similar to the news page, it's going to show up just after the registration option, and we now have a Contact Us. Now, when you first navigate to the Contact Us page, you'll need to select a page template, which can be available through or made available through Edit Page Details and the Page Template dropdown. So by selecting your desired page template, you can update the content of this Contact Us page just like any other page on your site. As you can see here, I've opted for the 2-column option, and I've put a little welcome or contact us info, and I've added a little Google Calendar to the CN Tower, but wherever you guys are. Now, you may notice there's no contact us form here, and that's because we're logged in as an administrator and using the edit tools. So it's taken away that element so we're not confused by it. However, if you were to navigate to this page as a regular user without admin tool access, you would instead see this, which includes the regular page that you created and generated and edited, as well as a Contact Us form. Now, this Contact Us form requires a full name, an email address, a subject, which we'll talk about in just a moment, and the comments, of course, of the message. Last but not least, by default, reCAPTCHA is already enabled to drastically reduce any spam that you get. Now, let's talk a little bit about this subject, Demo Club Inquiry. Where did this come from? Well, that's going to be on our administrative side, and we're still going to go to Settings, Global Settings, but instead of the Look and Feel tab, this actually brings us over to the email addresses. And it's here where we can enter in email aliases. Now, you can use an email alias for multiple purposes, like sending out emails, receiving system notifications, etc. But among some of the uses that you can use these for is this guy right here, which is Receives Contact Us. Now, if you have enabled this permission for this email, you will also need to enter in a Contact Us title, so Demo Club Inquiry. And that's exactly where this came from. So you can make a change to that subject name based on whatever it might be. Maybe you want to have like a registrar inquiry or fees and refunds inquiry, what have you. You can absolutely do that. And of course, as you may already know, you can add as many email aliases as you'd like, and they can all have Contact Us, or only the appropriate ones can have the Contact Us as you need and as you see fit. Anytime you make changes to this page, please be sure to not only accept them, but also to click Save All to ensure that they actually apply to your system. And that's also the same for the look and feel, of course. So that is the Contact Us page. Now we are going to pop over to one other thing, and we're going to take a look at it before we make adjustments to see how the outcome, sorry, how we can change the outcome after we've applied our changes here.
Just before you, just as you're like untying your tongue, Garrett, can I just interject for a quick moment?
Absolutely, yes.
I'll just give you a break. I
Please
feel
do.
like you need
Oh
a
my
break
God.
from talking. I wanted to jump in several times going, he needs a break, he needs a break. One thing that I did want to mention is all the features that Garrett has actually shown us to this point are available on our silver, gold, and enterprise packages of Uplifter, because these are all features that are attached to the content management tools that are available on those packages. If you're on our Uplifter Lite or a bronze tier, you probably won't have access to those elements, and you won't be able to add those elements to your site. That's correct, right?
You're asking me? Yeah, I guess. No, yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you very much for that, Jackie. So the last item that we're going to be taking a look at is the checkout buttons here. Now, right now we have ad program, purchase subscription, and these items are pretty generic, but we may want to include something that's a little more specific, like add in a volunteer position, or check out our additional options for drop-in, or maybe you want to set up a recurring subscription instead of signing up for only a couple of days or something like that. You can absolutely add in really anything that you'd like. And this is a great way to sort of create that experience of lining up at checkout and seeing all those temptations, like little chocolate bars and stuff like that. This is your rack for chocolate bars and gum. So we can create that using the Look and Feel tab here, and scrolling down again to the navigation and links, to the products, subscriptions, and volunteer sign up links. Now, as you can see, there are a few items already here and a few items that are already enabled. Each one that is enabled will actually see on the public side. So add programs, purchase products, etc. Those are all already here. We also have an additional option of add suggested subscriptions. This will actually display based off of purchases people are making, and will suggest non-mandatory subscriptions to them. So if you have some non-mandatory subscriptions, like maybe there's an opt-out for your volunteering or something of that nature, it will pop up and say, do you want to add this to cart? It's just a suggestion. So you can have that enabled or disabled as you like. But these items here, these are the ones that we're going to be focusing on, because they'll have the text, but they'll also have the URI, which takes them to different areas within your site. So for instance, if I wanted to highlight my birthday parties, I have the birthday party page here. And so maybe I will grab this URL or this URI. You can grab the whole thing if you'd like to make it easier, and pop back to this page, and I'm going to add a link. I'm going to enable it, birthday parties, and I'm going to add in my URL. And by doing this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a button to the checkout that entices people to add birthday parties. So when we pop back to the checkout page, so as I'm shopping and I'm ready to check out, I now see, oh, they have birthday parties. What's that all about? And I can go to that page very quickly, and I can see what it's all about, and I can say, let's party. Excellent. So that is the sign up link options, and this is a great way to control the different options they have at checkout, but also to entice users to add even more to their cart. That is about it. That was a very quick one. Jackie, do you have anything to add?
No.
Oh, great.
I was thinking, wait a minute, I feel like there was something you missed. No, thank you very much for going through those lesser traversed elements within Uplifter. I know that when we first built Uplifter, a little bit of a background, we knew that we needed all of these tools, and we knew that clubs needed all of these different tools of, being able to give people an option of purchase subscriptions or find the volunteer manager, or be able to have sort of a mini blog, as it were, for the news posts and the contact us page. So we built these in by default, but then we also noticed that a lot of organizations wanted some of these elements turned off, or wanted to be able to customize that. So as we've gone along, we've given you options as a club to sort of turn them on, toggle them on and off, and change them and customize them as it may be. So various options that I know a lot of clubs may or may not know are there. Because they may not have turned them on by default when they first started their Uplifter site. So it's nice to have a little refresher on those elements. These tools definitely give you as a club the ability to really sort of leverage the SEO potential, as it were, of your club site, and make it as functional as possible. So it gives you a lot of those elements. And we'll be adding in a few other elements as time goes on here shortly that will actually assist you with some other SEO options as well. So one last thing that I just wanted to mention, as I do mention every week, and I just want to bring it up once more, and that is if you are a club currently on Uplifter and you enjoy what we're doing at Uplifter and you think that it's helped your organization greatly, we highly recommend that if you know another club or organization that you think could use Uplifter, please click on your refer and save link within your administrative site. Click on that and send an email to a friend or other organization that you think might be able to use Uplifter, and you'll be able to save a little bit of money, which is a great thing both for you and the club that will join in during this crazy time of COVID to try and save on some costs as you move forward. So anything else, Garrett, that we may have missed?
No, just wishing everyone a happy long weekend for those who are getting one. If you're in Canada and you're not in Quebec,
And for those of you who don't,
yes, enjoy your regular weekend.
yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time to join us today. We always appreciate it, and we will be back again next Friday with another Feature Fridays. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.